Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Well, this is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Touchdown! A.J. Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. He gets this complete to Cephas. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Give them 32 on the play.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This one taken in by Cephas. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Smith to return it. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 33 yards that time. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Working with a 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
But 1st down, Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
21-0 our score after 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Goff now to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 17, Hurts. On a slant, he's got Sanders. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Buying time to his, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this is going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis. And pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
His throw incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Here's Jack Fox now. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Quez Watkins, 61 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think.
And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20, and in for the Lions touchdown. Quintez Cephas as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on third, Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral.
He's got a man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On second down, Swift. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got him. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road, Week 1. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Lions on 3rd down, not so hot, 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Goff throwing again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins
From 3 yards out.
and the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Goff. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. I think a free play now for Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Goff. And this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Again, Goff. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Goff on target to Hockenson for a Lion first down.
Having someone like T.J. Hockenson as your starting tight end makes you feel good as an organization because he finds ways to get open and gives his quarterback a reliable safety net over the middle or even to the edges. Case in point there, that play for a first down.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. One last throw here for Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Philadelphia, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will be back home.